Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is an airport scenery review of St. Tropez Airport, LFTZ, in France. This package is available in the marketplace and costs around 13 Canadian dollars or 10 US dollars. The size, when installed on disk, is 1.2 gigabytes. STAIRPORT tells us that this package includes very detailed PBR textures, models, and custom color corrections. Let's have a look. As always, we'll start with the location of this airport scenery package on the map. And of course, its low en route chart and its Jeppesen 10.9 airport diagram. The two taxiway signs are correct. The only approach or runway lighting systems this airport has is the REILs, or the runway end identifier lights, and they are missing. The PAPI light is also incorrect and on the wrong glide slope. It'll bring you through the trees if you follow it. This scenery package essentially covers two areas, the main airport and terminal area that we see here. This is the default scenery, and a small town just west of here. And this is the default scenery for that area right now. The entirety of this package can pretty much be summed up in this sweeping shot of the main terminal building and I guess attached restaurant here. Notice as we sweep to the control tower on the right, the flat textures and the 2D trees there and the windows, lack of transparencies. It just has a really last generation feel to it. I'm assuming it's a straight port from FSX or the likes. The whole package, in my opinion, has a very static feel to it, and when you fly in or fly around this airport, it feels like it's frozen in time. There just really isn't anything exciting about this at all, to be honest. The runway textures themselves and the grass strip in the center between the taxiway and runways are about the best thing this airport has going for it. The textures are not the best I've seen, but they're not as bad as the ones I've been griping about, where you're taxiing along and seeing really low-res textures. So that's nice to see in the center strip. It looks nice enough up close that it doesn't take away from that experience. Although that's where the developer stopped, because the other side of the taxiway has the default textures underneath, showing trees in the river there. And the developer's gone as far as to place the autogen trees properly in around the airport, and obviously in the river these trees are going in real life, I'm assuming, because that's what the satellite data shows. But why not just remove that default texture from underneath so that you're not seeing the correctly placed trees with the photogrammetry or obviously in this area just satellite data photos underneath them. It just looks horrible. This is the town just west of the airport that none of the buildings here look specifically modeled. I don't know if they're autogen buildings that he's just placed a little bit better than the autogen, or if he's created these assets, but they definitely look better. The town does look better, but a lot of it too is just satellite data, as you can see here, thrown down. So I don't think much work was done in this other than placing some nondescript buildings. The night lighting looks fine, other than the missing runway and identifier lights. So I have no problems with that. It actually looks best at night. Now don't get me wrong, I recognize this is a small airport and there isn't much to model here, but that's even more reason, in my opinion, to get all the details and models correct. One of the things this package does have going for it is that it's cheap, but I don't think that's an excuse. I don't think that you should be selling cheap items in the marketplace that are quick ports from prior generations. I think a small package like this is really an opportunity for the developer to showcase not only his talents in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but potentially some of the new things that Microsoft Flight Sim can do. I would have really liked to have seen some animations to sort of bring this airport to life, maybe some of the people moving in the restaurant, because it's such a small scenery package that it wouldn't have taken a large frame per second hit, for instance, by showcasing a lot of these things. But this clearly wasn't built for Microsoft Flight Sim. This was a quick port of a small airport, and it's got bad textures, and the models are nothing to speak of. Many of them are 2D. with default satellite photos. There's really nothing here, to be honest with you. You've seen the entirety of this package in this small video. I wouldn't recommend this even at $10. I'm guessing the only people who would be interested in this airport after watching this video are people that want to absolutely operate out of this area and region and don't have a small GA airport to do so at the moment. So if that's the case, $10, you have yourself an airport. There's no doubt it looks better than the AutoGen scenery from Microsoft, but it definitely doesn't hold up to any next generation standards, in my opinion. And with that, guys, that's the end of my scenery review of St. Tropez, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.